I think one of the big things that I learned from her and really appreciated about her was the fact that this is not about just curbing your symptoms. She went for the root cause of it. And she explained to me how the lifestyle changes that you're going to make are going to impact rest of your life. It's not just about medication. It's about, making the right choices. It's about working out. It's about eating right. And I don't see that with a lot of doctors. They look at the symptoms, they give you medication to curb the symptoms, right? As opposed to going for the root cause and looking at it holistically. And that is something that I was pleasantly surprised in my conversations with Dr. Rangi. Hi, my name is Monty Bhatia. I live in Los Altos, California, and I am a tech executive at a cybersecurity firm. I say this with all honesty. People eat to live. I live to eat. I was a foodie, and for almost 90% of my life, I have always been overweight. And since 2010, I had uncontrolled diabetes. And even though Dr. Rangi had told me multiple times to come visit her and, take her counsel, I just never found time to do that. I'm always on the road, always traveling, always having these corporate dinners, eating whatever comes in my way. And I really wasn't taking care of my health. And then something happened about 2 years ago. Out of nowhere, my blood pressure was very high and went to doctor for a regular checkup. And turns out two of my arteries were severely blocked. Luckily, we caught that in time. But that was a big wake up call for me. I could have been gone in a split second if I had not acted upon that, right? And I said, okay, Dr. Rangi, I'm all yours. Tell me what to do. And she walked me through multiple things. It was a lifestyle change for me. And here I am, about 70 pounds lighter. All my numbers look good. Thanks to Dr. Rangi, her counsel, and, her encouragement. I owe my life to her. Let's put it that way. She asked me, so hey, what are you doing for your diabetes, right? And I said, hey, I'm taking these medications. My other doctors that I was working with, and it just kept on increasing the dosage for my medications, right? And Dr. Rangi had told me that, hey, there's newer ways of controlling your diabetes, controlling your blood sugar. There are these weekly injections available. And, just the thought of getting an injection was like, I don't know if I need to do that, right? I wasn't feeling the impact of diabetes, even though I was highly diabetic. I was living my life the way I was living my life. And only after this incident happened in December of 23, that's when I started doing my homework. And Dr. Rangi sat me down and explained to me how this works. And that made a lot of sense. I just wished I'd done this before. I would have avoided so much trouble. And I tell this with full honesty to anybody I meet, do not take your health for granted. Take your doctor's advice, especially the best doctors in the world like Dr. Rangi is, right? And they know how this thing works. They know the technology. They know the medicine. Dr. Rangi sat me down and said, you need to get on this program. And if you do this program, it's going to help you. And it certainly did. It's a complete lifestyle change. And again, thanks to Dr. Rangi, what I'm doing differently is I am very, very, very conscious of everything that goes in my body. That whole thought process of looking at food labels, looking at the fat content, the protein in every food that I consume, that never existed in me before, right? And that is something I've learned from Dr. Rangi. I never want to be called a diabetic again. I'm like maniacally focused on not getting that label again. I'm making that change for myself, but my family as well. They've seen what I've done. They've seen the results of it. They're looking at me as an inspiration, right? That to me is huge. And that's all thanks to Dr. Rangi and her advice and counsel. I would recommend Dr. Rangi because there are several things that she does differently. She looks at a person holistically. She looks at the root cause of the issue. Her whole approach about lowering your dosage is a very, very refreshing idea. Looking at it holistically is one of the key differentiators that Dr. Rangi has. I'll recommend with my eyes closed Dr. Rangi to anybody who comes to me who asks me about my journey. I said, this is all because of Dr. Rangi.